Well, this is an experimental video. This will be video number 6. I have made 5 so far with a variety of 3 different cameras, and none of them will upload up to my PC and to be uploaded onto YouTube. So we shall try once again. Anyway, here I am, Jan, Urban Gypsy Grocer. First time doing a video since we're in October, I think. Yeah. Anyway, you may have noticed I've moved. This is a craft room. Supposed to be a second bedroom, but there isn't room for a bed, so it's a craft room. Yeah. You may have noticed a different presence behind me. That's Paris number 3. I have Paris number 1, as you remember, fell apart very spectacularly on video when I was outside in Prestwich on my decking. I think her arm fell off first, and then her leg fell off, and her head fell off. Anyway, it was one of the funniest videos I've ever made, apparently. So, Paris number 2 I bought, I had to sell when I came to live in Fleetwood. So, she's finished up being a model for a World War II nurse at some army kind of World War II exhibition in Yorkshire somewhere. So I missed her. So now I've moved here. I'm on my own, so, you know, family are elsewhere, dogs are elsewhere. I'm not going into it all because it's all a long story and I'm not going into it. And anyway, here I am, living in Cleveland. So this is why I've got Paris number 3, because I've got so many garments still to sell. Where they will be sold, I do not know, because, you know, I fell out with Etsy long ago for all the amount of money they were charging. They made more profit than I did, if you know what I'm saying, with anything I sold. Plus, with Etsy, most of my sales were in America, and the postage is just, absolutely astronomical. The last time I posted anything to America, it cost me £30 to post it. That was on top of the price that somebody had to pay for the garment that they'd bought. Which meant, and I don't know what the situation is now, whether you have to pay import duties, tax duties or whatever. I mean, since, you know, the president has changed everything, hasn't he, for importing stuff. So I wouldn't even like to go there. So if I do put anything up for sale, it will probably be on eBay, which will be UK only. But even with the eBay, I mean, say for example I was selling something for £10 just for a figure. eBay now put on a buyer protection, which would say, argument's sake, say £2. So that means you're paying £12. I'm only getting the 10, but you're paying 12. And then I would then have to send it tracked. You know, whatever I'm sending is tracked, which I did ask Sheila, you know, from Sheila's Knitting and Crochet. And she said that it was costing about £4 something to post a baby cardigan. So that means my little baby, say it was a baby cardigan for £10. That means that it's gone up to £16 now. And I'm still only getting the 10. But anyway, we'll sort that out. I mean, there's also Ko-fi. I have got a Ko-fi account, which at the moment is just purely if you want to buy me a coffee, thank you very much. There's a link underneath. But I haven't made a web page with Ko-fi because I think Sheila had said that, you know, nobody looked at it and it kind of didn't work, yeah. So I've been having, since I moved here, I've had internet issues. I had to wait 3 weeks for the internet man to come and sort it out. I'm now having, I had PC issues because, you know, before I came here, I had to buy a new equipment and everything. I have since bought a 3rd camera, which I recorded a video on just earlier this afternoon. The video has turned out perfectly on the camera, but will my PC accept it? No, it won't. So my friend has said to me, you're going to have to do it on your phone. But it's going to be this sort of shape, so you have to just put up with it. I'm very sorry. Until I sort out my issues, this seems to be the way it's going to be. And plus the fact this camera is a bit rubbish, and my niece is going to take me to get a new camera when she's on her school holidays. She's a teacher, by the way, not a pupil. Anyway, what are we going into? Yeah, well, I'm living in Cleveland now. I'm nearer to the shops, and I'm further away from the seafront and all the wind and what have you got. Although having said that, it was so windy last night. I mean, here I've not got a garden. I've got pebbles at the front and I've got paving stones at the back. So I've been doing my best to chirp it up. I mean, I did do a little video which is on Facebook showing where I'm up to with the back. I call it a courtyard because it sounds nicer, doesn't it? But I've put plant pots and I've been growing plants, and I've ordered some mini fruit trees which are coming in the post. But when I got up this morning, you know, it was so windy, all the plant pots were everywhere. I mean, luckily none of the plants have been broken, but, you know, that's the way it is. So I knew I was moving. You didn't know I was moving, but I knew I was moving. So I'd packed everything out of my she shed, packed it all in laundry bags and the plastic tubs and everything. And so to start crocheting anything, I just left myself with bits and bobs in one of these Billy bookcases that used to be in my lounge. I've got the others in the lounge, but this won't fit. Smaller bungalow, smaller rooms. So all I'd left myself was with a load of oddments. So I made 4 shawls for an old person's home, senior citizen's home, whatever you want to call it. And my friend took them, so they went and they said, "Oh, thank you very much. If she's going to make any more, you know, thank you. We'll enjoy, you know, thank you." And catch a bit of lap blankets, and I'm like, Anyway, when I came here, of course, everything was still in bags in the garage. They were just I mean, I can't say removal van people were lovely, but they just threw all the bags in the garage. So they were just, and it took me quite a while to get around to it. And my friend and her son came and they helped me put the shelving units up. They were plastic and they sort of slotted together. So then I spent quite some time putting everything on the shelves, but they're not in any order. They're just kind of thrown anywhere. I've got my 4 plies mixed in with my double knitted, mixed in with my Aran. All the colours are jumbled up. So, you know, if anybody who's near wishes to help me with a doll's house and with a garage, please come and help. Yeah. Anyway, I then, while I was here, I was still making bits and pieces with my oddments, because again, I unpacked the main. A lady at Knit Club said, "Do you know if anybody wants a knitting machine?" I said, "Beep, beep." So you know I got given one, but it was in bits and pieces and it had been in somebody's loft for about, I don't know how many, 20 years or something. And it wanted cleaning and sorting out. And I never got around to it because I knew I was moving. Anyway, she came with this, I can't move, this phone's, never mind. I'll show you a picture of it another time. It's come and it's like, got its case and everything, and it's like a piano really. So it's taking up. This room would not have fitted a bed in it. It did have one in when I came to view, but there was nothing else in the room, just a double bed, and that filled the room. It's not a big room. So obviously I've now got my desk under the window, which you're propped on, with my sewing machine. I've got my knitting machine here. I've got the Billy bookcase here. I've got a Kallax over there. I've got Paris number 3. And behind her, the dolly house, yeah. Which is still sadly, sickeningly pink. Yeah. Anyway, not only did she give me the knitting machine, she gave me a huge, well, 3 bags with knitting cones in. I've kept some. I've donated some to a friend who is having the other knitting machine because she will clean it up and sort it out, which I would have probably never ever done. So she took some of the cones. And my other friend who crochets, she took some of the cones, but I've still got left with some. So I'm still thinking, what am I going to do? So I doubled up the fine stuff, because I'm still on crocheting shawls for the elderly. Although, as my friend pointed out, she said, "You do really realise, don't you, Jana, that half of the people in the nursing homes that you, well, or people's home that you're crocheting for are probably younger than you." Thank you. That was a nice thing to say to me, wasn't it? Anyway, I have doubled up this pale pink, doubled it up, and it is of course the virus shawl. Yeah. If you want to know the pattern for the virus shawl, if you sort of put in the search bar of YouTube virus shawl, you will get innumerable how-to videos, yeah. I think Fibre Spider's done one. I can't remember who else has done one, but there's quite a few people who've done them. Myself, I'm actually using a chart by Lisa Pine Notes, which I prefer to use a chart. So anyway, that was the pale pink one. It's got one of my hairs attached to it. Everybody that gets any of my crochet gets one of my hairs. She also gave me a deeper pink, which again, as it's pink, lady, virus shawl. I could wear a pink, I don't care. But, you know, you would imagine it would be a lady. So I made that one. And then as I had a little bit left over, I put the pale pink with the deep pink, and I found a pattern it's a free pattern on Ravelry from Doris Chan called the All Shawl, A-double-L, All Shawl. It's not very big because I don't do it to the pattern. The pattern you're supposed to do an extended, well to me, an extended treble, to America, an extended double crochet, which turns out a bit like if it was a triple. I think you would call it, I cannot get my head round American crochet symbols, I can't. This is why I never make patterns and I never tell people what I do, because I can only write in English. My time of life, I've been crocheting all my life from being, well not all my life, from being about 13. I only learned UK terms. I struggle and I manage with an American pattern, but I cannot write one. So to me, they're trebles, yeah. I'm like Sheila in that respect. So it's not as long as it might be. Let's just put it that way. Your shawl, if you did it right, would be a longer one. But I can't be bothered. I've also used my own green to make one. This has actually come out a little bit bigger because I carried on going because I had a bit more yarn. And that's the bottom part of it. If you want to look at the bottom part of how the pattern turns. It is written, if you're not a chart person, it is written, although I do use a chart, but it is written on the pattern. There's no tutorial for it, there's no YouTube as far as I know, so you'd have to learn how to read, yeah. That was my yarn, but I got it for a baby cardigan, but I decided it's a little bit lurid for a baby, really. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, the same lady who gave me the knitting machine also gave me this. This was country style, and it's 4-ply. To me, it's fingering if you're in America, because your 4-ply is a lot thicker, isn't it? So I decided, as it was like a sort of russety colour, it might do for a gentleman if anybody wanted a shawl. So I decided to do just your ordinary granny stitch, you know, triangular shawl. So I made that one. Then, you know, having a bit left over, as you do. I also had 2 extremely fine cream cones. So I doubled up the 2 cones and used what was left of that rusty sort of colour, tanny colour, whatever you want to call it. And I made another plain one in case a guy wanted it, yeah. I don't know what the ratio is, whether there is. I imagine there's guys in these nursing homes or old people's homes or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, also with the pale green, which I made that shawl with, I had a bit left over. Story of my life, here we go, oddments. So I started off doing it with another shade of green and a blue. But then I ran out, so I had to use a deeper green at the bottom. Yeah. So we're going on. Carrying on and on and on with these shawls, yeah. the one Paris is wearing is, it was done, oh gosh, I don't want to pull her over. Oh yeah, I can do it. It was all different shades of pinks and purples and whatever you got. Again, the all shawl. And I had some, it was a baby yarn actually, that was all shades of like lilac-y, pinky colours. And I used that for the border. I mean, I cursed after I'd done this because I had to sew in all the ends on every single row, yeah. But it's what I do. Fool that I am. This was just 2 shades of grey that I bought. I don't know why I bought 2 shades of grey, because you know me and grey and beige. Nope. The pale grey I may have bought when I was on my baby knitting, baby crochet cardigan kick. I've got about 12 of them to sell, by the way. If you know anybody who wants baby cardigans, let me know. And, oh, that's my neighbour. I don't know where he's been. He's backing in the drive. So I have 2 shades of grey. It's not turned out very big because I just had the 2 balls. That's that one. And then last but not least, again from the same lady who gave me the knitting machine. It's kind of a charcoal grey. Oh, I keep going the wrong way. With like flecks of pinky purpley and a jade green. So once again I just did a plain one. So I've got 9 of these shawls at the moment, and I'll probably do more because my knit club ladies are brilliant, because they know what I'm doing and they know I'm donating all these shawls when I finish them. They keep giving me all their oddments. And people say to me, Jan, when are you going to stop making all these shawls? And I keep saying, well, when they stop giving me oddments. And every week when I go, bless, there's one lady, she's blind, and she knits for the premature baby unit. She knits little hats. And out of a 100-gram ball, she can get 3 little hats, but there isn't quite enough to do a 4th. And of course, being blind, she can't see to do stripes or 2 coloured hats or something. So she has these small balls left over. So she keeps giving them to me. Every week when I go, she gives me at least 2 balls, yeah. And so these shawls and things could be going on forever. Anyway, what I'm doing at the moment, I can't actually show you, but I will show you. I'm thinking of joining. I'm doing granny squares. Doorbell showing me that next door, who was just reversed in the drive, has walked past my window. I'm doing granny squares at the moment, all in bright colours, with all these bits and pieces that people keep giving me. And I've worked out I need to do 49 squares, but I've actually only done 22. But I've got them laid out on the coffee table, and so I'm thinking of getting a base colour and crocheting these 22 together, so that, you know, at least they'll stay in one piece. And then maybe I could darn the ends in, you know, when I'm doing my live tonight or something. Give me something to do, won't it, you know? Because, yeah, otherwise I've got to start another shawl. I've got so many oddments. It's untrue. What else do you do with your oddments? I don't do amigurumis. What else do you do with your oddments, yeah? So, what else have I mentioned? Knitting machine, the doll's house, which is behind Paris, still pink. What else have I got to say to you? This is the 5th time I've done it, so I can understand how actors must feel when they're making a film and the director says, cut, take 27, do it again. It's very difficult to be spontaneous when this is the 5th time I've made this video, yeah? It turned out wonderful the first time, but my PC wiped the SD card. The second time it was blue, and my mouth wasn't aligned with the words. I didn't mind looking blue. I would have put the video up, it looking blue. Didn't mind. But I thought it would be very annoying if my mouth's gone when the video's saying something completely different. And then I made another one yesterday, and for some reason or other, it didn't record on my camera. It's a new camera, different camera, and I wasn't used to the settings. So, you know, it went completely. So when I came to look at it, there wasn't anything on my SD card was completely empty. I don't know what happened, but it didn't record. So I did another one about an hour ago. It's recorded beautifully. It's there. It's on my camera. Will it transfer to my PC? No. I wouldn't mind, but I had a guy come to sort out the printer, and I asked him what the problem was with me not being able to go from the camera to the thing, and he said, he come and he said, oh, I've sorted it now. It's working fine. And it did. When he did it, it did. He used my camera and he did a little video and he put it and it went straight on. I've come to do it today, won't do it. Is it the way I hold my mouth, or is it just that I'm technophobic, you know, completely? I need, what do you call it? If I was rich, I would have a marketing manager. One who dealt with taking the photographs and selling all my stuff. I just sit there crocheting, you know. They'd sell it for me, you know.